Thank you very much. You sold me so well, and now I have to deliver now. Thank you. I think this is a fantastic. I downloaded the app yesterday, to be honest with you, and it was pretty. I was pretty impressed with it. Oh, yeah, that's my name. I was going to say. I was pretty impressed by the app. Charlene has spoken about mentoring. Today I'm going to talk about being a mentor, but I'll cover that later. But I want to tell you three stories that gets me really excited about this app. The first story. So around this time last year, I received an email from SEO London, and they help young black people get jobs in the city and with the big four, big law firms and all that kind of stuff. And they had an opportunity for year 12 or year 13 to go into the gap year with Accenture for 1 year before they started university. It was called Early Start or something like that. I thought, wow, this is amazing. I have cousins. So I spoke to one of my cousins, and I told her, you know what, you can do this. Apply to this. She's like, no, I can't. I was like, why? Because I want to do sociology at university, and this is Accenture, it's technology. I was like, it doesn't matter, what your degree is, just apply and see what happens. So after persuading her, again, my mom to persuade her, she applied and she actually got the job at the end of the day. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is, the perspective of the job market. That's number one. Number two is about information. My first year at university, I remember I was sitting in a career talk with Deutsche Bank. And then there was this, the lady spoke about Deutsche Bank, the opportunities that existed, how you can stand out. And this young man raised up and said, sorry, excuse me, how do I put my 10 internships on my CV? I was like, eh? You have 10 internships and you're in your first year? I did some research. I realized that his parents were in the banking sector. He had information that I didn't have. And then number three, this is about 2-3 weeks ago. I work for a company called Atkins, and we don't really take on, work experience students in our department. But this guy got work experience, and I was there to buddy him, and I was like, oh, he's really good. Then I just asked him, how did you get this? Yeah, my mom works in the Epsom office. I was like, all right, so your mom knew the director, so I got it. He had access. So why am I excited about this app? It gives us, it removes the negative perspective about the job market or the misguided perspective. Number two, it gives information to young people about the job market. And number three, it gives them access about the job market. I thought that was pretty fantastic. I deserve a clap for that. Come on, that's pretty good stuff. But yeah, that's why it's really exciting to have this app, and going forward, I think it can do so much good for the young people. Now my journey into the career world. So I was keen from a very young age. I've always been involved in many things. I wanted to jump into the job market as soon as possible. I worked at Accenture. I've done like a leadership program with Deloitte. I worked at PwC. I worked at Foresight Group, and I worked at Atkins. I've been really fortunate to be driven and go for what I wanted. I remember when I applied to PwC. I applied to 52 jobs before I got PwC, and we just kept on applying and failing. And it gets to the stage where you're like, you read the first line, unfortunately, you just like close and just know what's coming next, and you're like, forget this. But then I kept on applying. But during those low moments, I remember promised myself that if I got a job, I would help someone else get a job. I said to myself, once I get this job, I'm going to help other people get jobs. Most of my friends have jobs in City today, have jobs because of me. Now, we're same age, a bit older than me or whatever, but I think I kind of mentored them to get the jobs. And me being a politician in the future, I'm going to call back that favor in about 20 years' time, and that's why it's so important to mentor. I'll give you an example now. Look at this cup right now. Imagine you pour water into it, and you pour water, then it's going to get, obviously, filtered brim, and what's going to happen is going to overflow, say with me, overflow. But when you're mentoring someone, you pour into someone else's cup. That's pretty dope, isn't it? You point someone else's cup and you fill them up. And it's so important. I remember when this girl, I helped at Accenture, got the job, and she called me. I was at work. I was having a bad day, to be honest. And then she called me around like 6 o'clock, and she's like, oh, Ife, I got the job at Accenture. The joy in my heart. I was like, wow, I was like, I'm so proud of you. My mom called me, Nigerian woman, thank you, my son, God bless you, this, that, that kind of stuff, A sister called me, and then when I posted about it, on LinkedIn, I got so many likes, so many shares, and it inspired people. And there's nothing more important than mentoring someone and seeing them grow. I know it's good to get mentors, that's very, very important, but there'll come to a time in your life where your cup will be so full, and in order for you to get more, you need to pour into someone else. So please, this app is so important. I think, like you said, it can go places with this. I'm just looking at it as like, it's one of those things where I'm thinking, why didn't I think of this? This could be good money to be made, actually. But obviously, that's not your purpose, obviously. Because you have a good job, obviously. Wink, wink, James. So please, it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't take you It doesn't cost you anything. 2 minutes on your way to work, 2 minutes end of the day, just reply somebody. I remember that, applying to jobs as well, talking to people on LinkedIn, adding them, messaging them, they wouldn't reply. I just like, why? It costs you nothing to reply. Just say, I don't know what to say, kind regards, and sign off. Just reply. It costs you nothing to reply. But when you reply to somebody young, you inspire them and you keep pushing them to go forward, and that is so important. And you never know what could, happen in the future. And I guarantee you this, mark my words when I say this, in the future, people that are going to sponsor my campaign are going to be my friends who I helped. And the same thing goes for you. The people you help today are going to support you in the future. So please take this app very, very seriously. Thank you very much. Picture time, because usually they don't get in my good side. Let me just take a nice picture, please. Please. Thank you.